Hello friends, welcome to Raj Malhotra IAS Academy. Today we're gonna discuss with 11th of November current affairs. आज important articles कुछ इस तरह से हैं, जल्दी से ज्वाइन करने की कोशिश कीजिए ताकि हम ये सेशन स्टार्ट कर सकें. I hope I am audible to everyone. आइए शुरुआत करते हैं. पहला जो हमारा आर्टिकल है that deals with Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO. Recently एक हमारे our Prime Minister had participated in Shanghai Cooperation and it talks about territorial integration. Basically we have first time after the अपना standoff between India and China, after that first time India and China's supreme supreme leader were first time on any platform. So single platform पे दोनों ने share किया अपने views and this was the very first time after the standoff between the armies of India and China. So इसके बारे में let's discuss about this organization, and it is a permanent intergovernmental organization. It is a permanent intergovernmental organization and it is a Eurasian political, economical and military organization. एक तरह से यू कैन से नाटो का एशियन वर्जन है, नाटो का एशियन वर्जन है शंघाई कॉपरेशन, एंड इट टॉक्स अबाउट मेंटेनिंग पीस, सिक्योरिटी एंड स्टेबिलिटी इन द रीजन. एशिया यूरेशिया रीजन में स्टेबिलिटी और पीस के बारे में बात करता है, एंड इट्स टॉक अबाउट कि इसके अंदर रशियन एंड चाइनीज, दीज आर द टू लैंग्वेजेस व्हिच आर अलाउड इन दिस. रेस्ट अगर वी वांट टू टॉक अबाउट दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, basically it was a Shanghai 5. Earlier in 2001 it was known as Shanghai 5. Kazakhstan, China, Kyrgyzstan, Russia and Tajikistan were the founding member. Which 5? Russia, China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan and हमारा Tajikistan. These are the 5 countries which started this Shanghai 5 cooperation in Shanghai 5 in 2001. But after the inclusion of Uzbekistan in 2001, after the inclusion of Uzbekistan in 2001, sorry, this was not correct. This was the thing that after the inclusion of Uzbekistan, this Shanghai 5 was converted into SCO, Shanghai Cooperation. Shanghai 5 को किस में convert कर दिया? SCO. And in 2017, India and Pakistan also became the permanent member. And the charter of this SCO was framed in 2002 and it was entered into force in 2003. ये मैंने आपको बता दिया है. RATS, that is Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure, is a permanent body which is having a headquarter at Tajikistan and based in Tajikistan, and its secretariat is in Beijing. So that is all about Shanghai Cooperation. Good morning to everyone. Good morning. So let's have a look on the question which can be asked in your UPSC. So the question goes like, consider the following statement about SCO, Shanghai Cooperation के बारे में. There are few statements given and let's discuss this thing. RAT's objective is to help member state fighting extremism, terrorism and separatism. SCO is a Asian political, economical and military organization. India became a permanent member of SCO in 2017. So, which of the following answer can be following code can be a answer to this question? 1 or 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, and all of them. So, what do you think? Come on, let's reply fast so that we can interact much. आप लोग आंसर देंगे तो मुझे और ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस फील होगा कि आप लोगों को कुछ समझ में आ रहा है. सो बेसिकली अगर हम देखें रैट्स का ऑब्जेक्टिव अगर आपको ना भी पता हो, देन दिस इज अ यूरेशियन पॉलिटिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, परमानेंट इंटरगवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ यूरेशिया. सो 1 is incorrect, so you can directly eliminate these things. Sorry, 2 is incorrect. If 2 is incorrect, you can eliminate these things and answer will be C. The answer will be C because RAT का objective यही है, एक्सट्रीमिज्म, टेररिज्म और सेपरेटिज्म को हैंडल करने के लिए एक दूसरे की हेल्प करना. So that was one of the thing. And if I talk about India and Pakistan joined this organization, India and Pakistan became the permanent member in 2017 itself, because it was the very first time in 2018 when India and Pakistan took part in RATS exercise, anti-terror exercise conducted by RATS. That was the very first time beyond आपके UN, India and China shared the military exercise altogether. So let's move further. If I talk about the next article, it was saying that road bumps, it was dealing with Finance Commission. That Finance Commission's report will be presented in our parliament in winter session or maybe before just budget session next year. So we have to learn about this particular Finance Commission. It is 15th Finance Commission of India, 15th Finance Commission. NK Singh is the chairman, and we have to deal with the political angle of this article. So president constitute करता है हमारा Finance Commission under Article 280, and ये recommend करता है distribution of revenue between union and state. Like this is union, फेडरल के हिसाब से यूनियन एंड स्टेट्स के बीच में, एंड अमंग द स्टेट जैसे पंजाब, हरियाणा, उत्तराखंड, यूपी, अमंग द स्टेट ऑल्सो एंड बिटवीन सेंटर एंड स्टेट ऑल्सो. लेट्स मूव फर्दर. इफ वी टॉक अबाउट दिस थिंग दैट चेयरमैन, आप इसके जो मतलब मेंबर्स हैं उसके बारे में बात करें तो चेयरमैन शुड हैव एक्सपीरियंस अबाउट पब्लिक अफेयर. देयर कैन बी अ जज ऑफ हाई कोर्ट, और the person who can be appointed as judge of high court, or the person retired from the post of high court judge, that can be a member. And the person having special knowledge of finances, of account of government, and experience होना चाहिए उसको financial matter का in administration form, and special knowledge of economy. These are the 5 member body. मतलब इस तरह की 5. Basically this is not given in your constitution, it is by a act of parliament. So this thing, the qualification of members were not mentioned in your constitution, it is by the parliament, as our constitution suggests कि the members qualification will be decided by the parliament. Hence the parliament made an act, and these are the qualifications, and these members can be reappointed. There is no restriction on their reappointment. And if I talk about what are the functions, it distribute revenue, मतलब जो भी आपके tax proceedings होते हैं, net tax proceeding. What is tax proceeding and what is net tax proceeding? Good morning जी. What is proceeding and what is net tax proceeding? Tax proceeding क्या होता है और net tax proceeding क्या होता है? When you deduct the amount which is utilized for collecting that tax is known as net tax proceedings. Got my point? अगर आप ओरिजिनल, जैसे मैंने मान लो 100 रुपए कलेक्ट किए, इफ आई हैव कलेक्टेड 100 रुपीज, एंड आउट ऑफ when I was collecting these 100 rupees, I have invested 20 rupees in that, then my net tax collection will be 80 rupees. Got my point? This is your tax proceeding, and if you deduct the expenditure you have spent during the collection of this tax, you will get the net tax proceedings. Let's move further. And it also talks about कि recommend करता है ये कि what are the grant in aids which should be granted to the states. The principle which governs this is basically decided by the Finance Commission, and it also talks about कि हमारा, wait a second, it talks about कि consolidated fund जो आपके states के होते हैं, how that should be managed, so that augmented consolidated fund of state, how they should be augmented so that the panchayats and the municipalities get additional funds. These are the functions, and any other matter which is referred by President of India, that should be handled by Finance Commission. That will be handled by Finance Commission. And if we talk about कि this is an article related to today's newspaper only. This is the article which says कि आपके साउथ स्टेट्स को आपकी क्या वेटेज ज़्यादा मिलेगी 12.5%. So we have to discuss what are the various weightage given to the sections. If I talk about, there is a formula known as this criteria, various criteria which are given by the Finance Commission, on the basis of which the funds are divided between states and आपके states and the central government. The income distance, मान लीजिए we have given this weightage. Earlier it was 50%, now we have given 45%. Earlier there was a population count of 1971, this time it was eliminated. Earlier it was given 17.5% criteria, and now 2011 population at recent time is given 10%, earlier given 10%, but now it has increased to 15%. And area of the state is given earlier and now it is same as 15%. And if I talk about forest cover, earlier given 7.5% weightage, right now there is no current weightage for this. There is forest and ecology, this has given 10%. Earlier forest was covered, now ecology is also covered. And demographic performance is given 12.5%. This is the thing which is we have discussed in the article, that southern state will be given 12.5% additional. So this is the 12.5%. Those states which are performing good in controlling their population will be given additional funds. And the tax effort like GST collection, income tax collection, this will be मतलब आपके दिमाग में रखा जाएगा while dividing the revenue, and it is given 2.5% weightage. So this is the all about the Finance Commission and the latest report and the criteria on the basis of which the fund will be divided between the various states. If I talk about the question goes like, on which of the following matter does Finance Commission recommend to President of India? तो recommend कौन सी चीजों पे करता है? तो first thing first, distribution of fund between union and states, जो net proceeding होगी आपके taxes की, and principle which should be govern the grant in aid of the revenue of states out of the consolidated fund of India, allocation of funds out of consolidated fund of states for panchayats and municipalities. So what do you think, क्या होगा इसका आंसर? गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल. अब जल्दी से बताइए इसका आंसर आपके हिसाब से क्या होगा? क्या फाइनेंस कमीशन एलोकेट करता है या वो बताता है कि हाउ टू ऑग्यूमेंट योर फंड सो दैट पंचायत एंड म्युनिसिपैलिटीज गेट एडिशनल फंड? सो दिस थर्ड स्टेटमेंट इज इनकरेक्ट and hence the answer will be this statement is gone, this statement is gone, this statement is gone. As we discussed, first and second statement are correct, so hence the answer will be A. The answer will be A. Let's move further. There was one article about mongoose. आपके नेवले जो होते हैं शहर में, that is mongoose. There was one article, so we have discussed this thing. We have to, like, mongoose are covered in schedule 2 part 2. Schedule 2 part 2. Most of the thing, that most of the animal like elephant, tiger are covered in schedule 1 and it is covered in schedule 2 part 2. So इसको वाइल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट में शेड्यूल 2 और पार्ट 2 में रखा गया है. एंड पोजेशन और स्मगलिंग इज नॉन अवेलेबल एंड IUCN की रेड लिस्ट के हिसाब से इट इज लीस्ट कंसर्न. इफ वी टॉक अबाउट फर्दर, साइट्स के अपेंडिक्स 3 में आता है, साइट्स के अपेंडिक्स 3 में. एंड वी हैव इन टोटल 6 स्पीसीज विच इज इंडियन ग्रे मंगूस, स्मॉल इंडियन मंगूस, रूडी मंगूस, crab eating mongoose, strip necked mongoose and brown mongoose. And Operation Clean Art was related to your mongoose only, where we are conserving these mongoose so that their hair are not used in paint brushes. So this is Operation Clean Art. While painting, the brush is used and these brushes are made up of hairs from the mongoose. So what is the question says? So let's discuss it. Consider the following statement about mongoose. There are 5 species of mongoose found in India. Operation Clean Art is related to conservation of mongoose only, and hair of mongoose are used for paintbrush. So what do you think? What will be the answer? As I told you that Operation Clean Art was related to mongoose only, and it says कि जो hair हैं जो mongoose के, that should not be used in painting. So hence second and third statement are correct, and first statement में problem is there are 6 species in India. 6 species in India. So your answer will be 1 is incorrect. So answer will be C only. Let's move further. There was an agreement between peace deal between Armenia and Azerbaijan conducted by Russia. Russia was participating in this. So we have to look into the map of this. There is Caspian Sea, Russia, Georgia, and if I talk about Armenia, Armenia is surrounded by Turkey and Iran. It is not surrounded by Russia at all. Armenia is not having a border with Russia. And आपके अगर बात करें Azerbaijan की, it doesn't share border with Turkey. And Armenia is a landlocked country. Armenia is a landlocked country. So let's discuss a question about it. Which of the following country is not situated around Caspian Sea? Caspian Sea के around कौन सी country नहीं है? One of the question which was asked in prelims also. I have changed the options although. So आप अगर यहाँ पर देखें, we have discussed that Armenia doesn't share any. Armenia is a landlocked country and hence it is not part of countries which are situated around Caspian Sea. So answer will be B. कजाकिस्तान, आप इसको कीरत से याद रख सकते हैं. कीरत, कजाकिस्तान, ईरान, रशिया, Azerbaijan and Tajikistan. These are the countries which share border with Caspian Sea. Let's move further. There was one article about Fatima period. It is related to Israel. Jerusalem is an area around the Israel part, or you can say part of Israel also. So this was the thing that rare gold coin was found in this area of Fatima period. Basically, after the 6-day war of 1967, when Jerusalem was seized by अपनी Israel. Earlier it was part of Jordan. It was seized by Israel in the 6 days war of 1967. For the first time after that, the gold coin, the rare gold coin was found. It is roughly around 1000 year old, ठीक है जी, and it talks about political upwelling of this region. मतलब there was a regime change, and that particular regime they were talking about is Fatimid period, Fatimid era or period. So that's all for the today. I hope you like the discussion. And do comment. आप अगर जितना ज़्यादा reply करेंगे, that will be more interactive and I will be able to deal with all the doubts you have. Thank you very much.